Your numbers, and then Hounds, exclamation point. Yeah. Oh, no, no, no. Paper cut, paper cut. Log in and then print. Press log in. And then print the ones that you want to print.
Good luck, and play well.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jack Bissonette alongside James Mackerel. Welcome back to Greyhound Football. Today, Gilman will face Archbishop Curley, who is currently 1-3 with their win coming against Bishop O'Connell. Conversely, Gilman has won 2 straight games, led by QB Matt Parker, passing, and Deshaun Lane receiving. The Hounds beat BL in overtime with help of Dan Huff's game-winning field goal, and just last week, Gilman won a thorough against St. Vincent Pallotti, led by the game-ending pick 6 by Amir Crawley. However, Gilman will be forced to experiment a little bit today with the loss of Matt Parker.
Yeah, Jack, Matt is their undisputed leader on offense, but he hasn't been at school all week, and so with him unavailable for this game, the Hounds are going to be led by freshman Savion Witherspoon under center. Witherspoon will allow Gilman to take a different approach with their offense, relying a lot on the running game while also making use of Savion's mobility by running bootlegs and letting him get outside the pocket. Gilman may even have to run some trick plays up their sleeve, which will be something to look out for throughout today's game. How Savion, as a freshman, adjusts to the speed and physicality of the varsity game will go a long way in deciding the outcome.
For sure, James, I completely agree. Matt's talent will be missed today, but Savion definitely has the ability to bring Gilman to the promised land. They've been working on these trick plays in practice, and according from lineman Ben Weinfeld, we've been hearing a lot that Savion is a mobile quarterback, and we will be relying on his legs a lot today.
All right, ready to get the ball kicked off and start this game. Dan Huff's line of that.
Star kicker Dan Huff. Can't forget.
That kick, for anyone who was at the game, you know, against BL, that kick was amazing. In overtime, get the Hounds the dub.
It's a great kickoff per usual from Dan Huff.
And explosive return here for Curley. Flag thrown, but gets out to about the 46-47.
Jeremiah Lewis there on the return. Great return to the 45.
Tackled by Gilman's Deshaun Lane.
Could be coming back though. We'll see the call here.
You got to think legal block in the back, holding, something along those lines.
Yeah, see it a lot in the NFL.
Especially legal block in the back. And yep, and they are moving back. About a 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, Curley's coach told me before the game one of the keys for them is going to be limiting these mistakes, these little ones that really hurt the team in the long run, and that's what this is right here. Just a little mistake, wipes out part of a big play that would have given them some early momentum in this game.
They're moving back far. Spot of the penalty and 10 yards, so hate to see that. Curley with a great return, and it's brought back almost halfway, almost to where he received the ball on the kickoff.
Yeah, Curley will be led out here now by sophomore quarterback Logan Nordak. Been a rough start to Curley for the season, but Nordak is a mobile quarterback. Ooh, fumble and recovered by the Hounds on the first play of the game. Gilman has it to 15.
Great play.
What a start, Jack.
Could not have gone better for Gilman. Miscommunication at the line.
Again, just another small mistake by Curley. Just a fumble the snap, didn't hand it off well, and it's going the other way. Gilman has a chance to start out with an early score.
Interesting matchup we have going on here. DC for Archbishop Curley is Savion Witherspoon's father. So you would love to see the matchup between a father and a son and see who comes out on top today.
Hopefully Savion's got some intel from his dad at the dinner table that'll help him out. It's going to be a tough game for him as a freshman, but going to see him come out early here and hopefully make a good first impression.
Good to see Avery Jones-Allen coming back out, dealing with some sickness all week long. Good to see him out here ready for today's game.
I'm Savion. I'm looking at Colt Pierce here in the red zone. Big target, good hands. Give it up, help him, let him make a catch.
He needs those big targets, try to get into this game and comfortable. And they're going to hand the ball off the terrain. He gets a few yards before it stops.
Good tackling there by Curley.
Gilman will be relying a lot on the running game today as they want to incorporate that in their game more than usual. They do run the ball a good amount no matter who's at quarterback, but with Savion, they kind of want to ease him into that game, into that role of starting quarterback.
Yeah, he could be the quarterback of the future. He's got a few years to wait as Matt Parker is only a junior, and he'll have next year under center. But after that, it's probably going to be Savion's team unless Gilman brings in a new quarterback.
There's a run again. Terrain goes to the outside, cuts in, and gets all the way to the 2-yard line. Great run from Terrain, good back cut.
That is a first down. That's going to be first and goal for the Hounds. Good opportunity to capitalize here.
Great few set of plays here from Gilman.
Jack, when do you think they're going to go pass, and do you think they trust Savion enough to do that here at the goal line?
I think they got to give the ball to Terrain. I mean, he's a great runner, senior, great player. Should be playing in college somewhere.
Hopefully soon. Play here for the Hounds. Keeper for Savion.
And that is blown up, led by D lineman number 44, Nick Campbell, a senior.
Yeah, Curley's coach said that two of their key players for this game are on the D line, number 54, Mackenzie Hazard, number 55, Stevie Carter. With Gilman being so reliant on the run, those two are going to have to really step it up, and that could be a game changer for Curley in shutting down this Hounds offense.
For sure. This is where I see the pass come into play. I think screen passes or running it as Savion walks into the end zone, showing off those legs. And Gilman takes a 6-0 lead early in the game.
That was some elegant running. I think he had the option to pass it there, but he made the right decision, keeping himself and waltzed in for the score.
Gilman's got to get these small passes involved, definitely for Savion, but he has skill with his legs, and that's going to help him a lot today.
I agree. Here's Dan Huff for the PAT. Usually automatic. Hopefully I didn't jinx it there.
And that is blocked as well. That's been an issue Gilman's had all year long, just not blocking great on the PATs. But Gilman is up 6-0, only 2 minutes into this game.
All right, time to see what the Hounds defense can do. Hopefully force another turnover. Got to be thinking that Curley's got that fumble still fresh in their minds. Hopefully capitalize on that mentality. Get them down and out early.
For sure, James.
Back on.
The special teams unit comes back out on the field, and Dan Huff looks just about ready to send this ball back underway for the second time. Couldn't ask for a better start for Gilman here. 6-0, and Curley did receive the ball to start the game.
Yep, going to be a lot of possessions for Gilman, hopefully a lot of points. Offense ran smoothly there.
And that is bombed.
Wow.
One of the first touchback I've seen from Dan Huff. He has the leg power, former soccer player.
Dan Huff
definitely has that power in him. Good to see him connect on one there.
Curley will take over first down 10 from the 20-yard line.
Jack, if you're Curley here, do you go back to the run? You try to go pass? They've been struggling with the pass this season in the B Conference. They have good receivers, and they've had some success running the ball, but passing is definitely going to be key to this game with the athletes that the Hounds have on defense.
If I'm looking at the O-line right now, these men on Curley look huge. Although that didn't go well for them there, they definitely have the size factor over Gilman, and I got to see them trying to just push that ball through that smaller, not small, but smaller D-line of Gilman.
Yeah, Amir Crawley's really going to have to step up. He's got the size to compete with some of their interior offensive linemen, and he made a great impact last game against Pallotti, especially with the game-sealing pick six at the end. Really an electrifying play. Looking for him to step up here, especially on this series.
Gotta think a pass gonna come here soon. As 11 motions across, the ball snapped low, but handed off to running back Karen Madison.
Madison carries for a gain of 5, tackled by a host of Greyhound defenders. Third down, 7 yards to go.
Third
Solid.
and 7. You
Solid.
gotta think pass.
Gotta think pass. Third and 7. I do not think they want to go for it on fourth down. This far back in their own territory, as wide receivers on the left and right of the quarterback, and a tight end lined up on the outside of the alignment. But they stay back and drop, and it's caught by none other than number 13, Nick Doty.
Logan
For the
Norgett, pass complete to Nick Doty. Good for a first down.
Nick Doby,
First and 10
correction.
from the 32-yard line.
Hurrying up to the line, Curley is here. And a quick run play. Splitting through the seams for about 6, 5.
Keon Terrain on the Gilman tackle. Madison carry results in a gain of 5. Second down, 5.
You heard that one right. Terrain also plays defense. Very all-around good player. One of the best players Gilman's seen in a while, and you gotta commend his ability on and off on defense and on offense. And the ball's fumbled again. And Gilman has it.
That is Cam Custis taking it back to the house. 2 early fumbles for Curley, 2 capitalizations by Gilman, and that gives the Hounds an early 12-0 lead. This is the absolute perfect start. And it's going to be really interesting to see how Curley responds from here, coming in as the underdog, being down 12-0 with 8 minutes left in the first quarter. It's going to get interesting from here, Jack.
For sure. Back-to-back weeks with a defensive touchdown. You don't see that very much on the high school level, and that's great defensive plays on back-to-back drives.
Yeah, tackling's been good, getting the hand in there, stripping the ball out. All things you'd like to see so far.
They try to do the, I don't know the right words here, but they try to do that lagged handoff as stand-up kicks one through the uprights. 13-0 Gilman. They try to do that lag handoff where they hold on for a bit to see what they want to see which way they want to do. He holds it or hand the ball to the running back, and that miscommunication sometimes the running back doesn't really know whether he's going to get that ball and run or the QB's going to take it. So then that miscommunication can really cause those fumbles.
Yeah, that looked like a draw with some RPO aspects, and even if he made the right decision, because the Curley running back had some yards there, the fumble cost them on that play.
Back-to-back fumbles. Gilman's not a team that gets too many turnovers, so you love to see that they're contributing well on the defensive side.
Yeah, taking pressure off Savion in the offense this game is going to be really important. The defense goes a long way to doing that. Dan Huff lining up another kick.
Don't see this very often. His third kickoff in 4 minutes and 8 seconds.
It's unbelievable.
He is feeling it today. Another great kick.
Oh, another boot. Oh, the 10. Runs into his own man. Flag on the field. Tackled at the 20. Going to see what this comes out as being.
If that's on Curley, another flag. Burying themselves here with flags and giving themselves no opportunity to make anything happen on offense.
Yeah, this is going to be, especially if this is a flag against Curley, it's going to be really tough field position, probably down or close to or within the 10. Another opportunity for Gilman's defense, either force another turnover or a short punt and give themselves good field position. So, see the call.
Blocking the back on the offense. They move back to it should be around the 10-yard line.
The Friars. Curley will take over.
Yep,
first
just
down,
short of the
10
10.
yards to go from the 10-yard line.
Curley's coach Brendan Ireton said that they got to play for all 4 quarters of the game. And right now, with the 2 turnovers, Jack, the worry might not be about Curley quitting early in the third or any time in the second half of the fourth quarter. They might have to do something drastic to salvage their mentality early in the first quarter.
For sure. Gotta expect some passing plays as he drops back. And it's picked off!
My!
Another Gilman defensive touchdown. You
Nordak's
cannot make this
pass
up.
intercepted by
Keon Terrain with the
Terrain.
pick six.
10-yard
We've been
return
talking.
for a
We've heard his name a
Greyhound
lot today.
touchdown.
He's really making an impact and just proving why he is at least D3, if not D1 level, high caliber athlete and football player.
Yeah, for sure. This is a nightmarish start here from Curley.
Gilman's looking real good in their homecoming game. About to get Dan Huff for another PAT attempt. I won't say anything this time, hopefully not jinx it.
Another great kick. Good from 45 right there.
19-0.
Huff's kick is
This
up and good.
is-
The hold by Jay Wilkerson.
This is really a
with
surprise.
7
I
minutes,
thought,
30
especially with
seconds.
Savion
I'm
at
sorry,
quarterback,
with 7
this
minutes, 36
many people
seconds
thought this was going to be
remaining in the
a
first
closer
period.
game than it's turning
Gilman
out to
leads
be,
Curley
but
19-0.
couldn't really account for what Gilman's defense has done to this point.
Could be expecting a quick little 100 bomb. You never know. Never know what could happen. At this rate of scoring, it's very doable.
Curley keeps turning the ball over and giving Gilman that football, that good field position. This game's probably going to end up on the nightly news.
Haven't seen that before, but at this rate, you never know. Quarterback Logan Nordak not making a great throw there. Hopefully he looks to bounce back on this next drive, make some good throws, get the momentum up.
Dan Huff kicking it off here.
Another good kick.
Caught at the 11. Back up the sideline and out. Let's see where the ref places it.
Huff's kick return.
So Elijah Anderson right there on the return. Great return. Probably would have been gone for another 20 yards if he didn't step out of bounds there. May have been going for a touchdown.
Friars football, first down and 10.
Yeah, Curley's kick returning has really been a highlight of their game so far with their offensive struggles. Gilman's got to step up the return coverage because letting Curley get a couple really nice kicks, or especially one for a touchdown, could really let them back into this game.
For sure. I mean, every single return we've seen has been good for them. They've just been brought back by those penalties, and here there isn't one. So hopefully that's some good karma for them. Another handoff. And he's tackled behind the line. And the ball's out again. And Gilman has it for their third turnover of the game.
Fourth turnover, Jack. That
Fourth
is
turnover.
Third fumble
Fourth turnover.
and a pick.
Madison
This
carries
is-
fumble forced
wow,
by
this is getting
Cam
ridiculous
Custis,
here.
Recovered by the Greyhounds. Gilman
It's
will
really
take over.
unbelievable.
First down and 10. from the
I've seen a lot of
Curley
football, Jack. I know you have
36-yard
too. High school, college, NFL. I have never seen anything like this in my entire life, except for maybe in a game of Madden. I think you've done that to me a few times.
A few times. The stick skills are there, but this is real life, ladies and gentlemen. Might scratch your eyes a little bit, but you don't see this very often. 19 and Gilman has the ball.
Good chance to see Savion from a little farther out at the 40. Hand off to Keon Terrain. Almost forward for about 8 yards.
Terrain carries
Another
over
great
left
run from
tackle
Terrain. Just an overall
for a
highly
6-yard
skilled
gain.
runner.
Second down and 4.
Feels like Gilman has full control of this game, managing the clock well, even though they haven't really needed to. Not much of a time crunch, but run game's been good, pass blocking's been good, run blocking's been good.
Savion snaps it. Hands off to Terrain, who is caught behind the line. And this is a problem.
Oh, wow.
Terrain about for progress there, but that is a problem that
Terrain carries
Keon Terrain has
finally
had
tackled by Curley.
this whole season,
Yeah,
trying to make plays out of nothing.
Loss on
And
the play. Flag.
luckily for forward progress, but he went back there about 5 yards. He got to the 32, trying to break those tackles, which you gotta love the effort, but sometimes it's not enough.
Yeah, he's a really physical runner, and he feels like he can make a play. He broke a few tackles there, some nice stiff arms, some good moves. Got to the outside, but by that point, Curley was already swarming in, and there is a penalty on the field. Let's see what the call is.
May have been helmet-to-helmet contact,
the
but that penalty was
Penalty
declined.
on Gilman is refused. Third down 9.
Unfortunately, just outside Dan's range. Right now, it'd be about a 52-yard field goal. Trying to get these 9 yards for a first down. They are in 4th down territory, though. Savion drops back, has nothing, stumbles a bit, flips it over to Terrain, who drops it.
Yeah, contact really forced that out, but it wasn't going to be much of a gain anyway. See what the Hounds do here. They're going to go, probably going to go punt. Probably the smart thing to do, considering how well the defense has been playing. You know, putting the ball back in the hands of Curley, seeing if the defense can get a turnover. It's always seems to be working out pretty well for the Hounds today.
Punter 67, Sean Collins, class of 2023, back to send this ball to number 10, Jeremiah Lewis. He lets that bounce, and it's a good Gilman bounce, and it's just enters into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, Gilman had a chance. Good punt. The bounce gave us a chance to down it inside the 2. Couldn't quite come up with it.
Gilman's punt
but
reaches the end zone, resulting in a touchback.
Touchback for Curley here.
From the 20-yard line.
It's a great punt from Sean Collins.
Yeah, Sean's more known for his lacrosse skills, but this season he's bringing out into the football field, and that was a good punt, you know?
Had some good spin on it, too.
Curley's got to make an adjustment here, see if they can get themselves back into this game.
QB keeper for about 4 yards.
Yeah, Nordak, quarterback for Curley, he's currently one of their leading rushers. I think their second or third leading rusher on the season.
Second down and 6.
His mobility and what he brings to the read option can really help bring out the best in their offense.
Must be pretty mobile, has those fast-moving legs alongside that running back. All recipes for success, but has not been able to get anything going. And it's a great run here. It's fumbled again!
Oh, wow.
And Gilman has it.
Zayshawn Moy carries.
Tough start to the game for Curley here.
By Greyhounds.
Recovered by Dejon Lane, wide receiver and defensive back.
First down and 10 from the Curley 36-yard line.
Yeah, that was just a great hit by Gilman. There was no Curley didn't fumble it themselves. Didn't drop the ball on a handoff. Just a great hit, knocked the ball out, recovery for the defense.
That's all defensive skill right there. Can't complain if you're the running back. Just a great hit. Punch that ball out. You see that all the time in the NFL, especially from our Ravens. Mullen Humphrey leading the league in fumbles last season. I believe it was 9 forced fumbles.
Yeah, especially for a corner, Marlon doing that is amazing. But, Gilman's about to have 9 fumbles this game, or more, on the pace we're at right now.
Yeah, that's the 4th fumble so far, so ball security seems to be an issue.
Good gain for Terrain there, about 4 yards.
Terrain carries for 3, second down, 7.
For 3. Line's been looking pretty good here, apart from that one blocked PAT by Dan Huff. Terrain's been getting consistent yardage. He had the couple negative plays, but one of them was him trying to do a little bit too much. But blocking's been relatively solid. Keeper for Savion here.
Just want to touch base on that. They've been kind of relying on Terrain a lot this game. I want to see, especially with this lead, them try to fit Savion into this offense, try to give him some reps, just get him adjusted to that new playing style and that varsity level football that he didn't really get to see yet.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen with Matt the rest of the season. With Savion's the backup quarterback, you could always need him again later on, especially if there's a couple injuries. So getting him more of a connection with his receivers and getting him used to staying in the pocket and delivering some throws instead of just running it or relying on Terrain.
First real drop back we've seen. It's a bullet thrown. Great throw there from Savion. Unfortunately, just not caught by Colt Pierce.
Yeah, that was a good throw. Maybe a little high, but for Colt,
4th down and 5.
big target, nice hands. That's something you got to catch. Savion, part of his scouting report is that he's got great arm. You know, that ball came out with some zip. And if he can put it more on target, it's going to lead some nice plays.
For sure, that ball looked bombed. It's a good throw. Good to see that arm talent early. Strike some fear into the offense. and the
Bootleg
defense.
play here.
There's that bootleg covering, and it's triple coverage, but that ball luckily lands. Avery Jones-Allen not able to come up with a catch.
Witherspoon's pass
Yeah,
intended
with
for Avery
Savion,
Jones-Allen.
there might be an aspect of him as a
Defended on
freshman
the play
quarterback
by
wanting to come out and make that big play.
Incomplete.
But
Curley
he's
will
just got to
take
calm
over
it
on
down.
downs,
They're
first
going to be
down
running a
and
lot of
10
bootlegs
from
like that for him throughout this game.
31-yard line.
And those dangerous passes can really make a difference and swing the momentum back for Curley.
For sure, James. That was a 4th down play, and Curley takes the field for their, what it should be, their 7th offensive possession. They hand the ball off. Zamoye, the good run. Maybe pronouncing that name wrong, but
Moy carries on the buck sweep
No
over
matter the
left side.
pronunciation, that's a solid
36,
run.
Second down and 4.
Gains like that. Curley's been running it pretty well if you're looking at the game. But you don't really think about it when you think about the fumbles. They've had some 10, 15-yard rushes with good protection for their offensive line that have just been canceled out because of the fumble at the end.
that and the penalties. As 11, Elijah Anderson is in motion. He gets the ball and gets the first down.
That is only Curley's 2nd first down of the game. This is their 6th
Bryce
offensive
Anderson
possession
carries
after
around the
5
left
previous
side.
turnovers.
Tackle on the play
Getting
by
that first
Lane.
down, getting some
Felt the
yardage
play was
early in this
first down
drive
for
has got to feel nice.
For sure. Ball security is definitely being stressed on the Curley sideline right now. Just got to think, prioritize holding onto that ball than trying to make the play to get more yardage.
Yeah, for Curley, they got to be thinking about the game as a marathon, not a race. You know, they might be down early, but the Gilman possessions with Savion at quarterback. Ooh, big throw here.
Lordak goes deep, and it's caught! Does he get in bounds? He's motioned in bounds by the referee.
Completed to Nick Doty.
Yeah, like I
Great
was
catch.
saying, marathon, not a race.
Friars first down.
You know, they might be in the hole, but big plays like that get you out of it pretty quick. And with the 2 Gilman drives that they've had that they haven't had great field position within the 20, they've both either punted it away or turned it over on downs. So,
Yeah, great throw there by Nick Lordak, and great catch by Doty. That run is rather unsuccessful. Zamoy on the run.
one of Curley's key players for
Moy
this
carries
game
around
is
the
their
right edge,
kicker,
tackled on the play
number
by
7,
Lane.
Chris
Loss of
Pond.
1 on the play. Second down and 11.
Curley's got to be thinking pretty well about what they've got here with this field position, because even if they can only get a few more yards and they can't get a first down, Pond's been a really reliable kicker with a great leg this season, so he can help them get on the board with a boot right now coming out to about 50.
I would have to argue they probably want to try to go for it there within range to do so. And he breaks, and Jeremiah Lewis breaks a few tackles.
Is that a first down, do you think, Jay?
I think he's a bit
Lewis
short,
carries on the play.
but that's Jeremiah Lewis rather, tends to be a defensive back, but we see him on offense there, has the wheels to, scoot around some players on the Gilman defense, and we see that there.
Yeah, Curley's going to have to use the full aspect of their roster, pull out some trick plays. If you know that Lewis there is a quarterback, a defensive back, excuse me, you won't really be expecting him to get the ball, so that probably led to the success of that play a little bit.
For sure. As we are just under 3 minutes left in this first quarter. Gilman's up 19-0.
On the Hounds.
As there's an
15-yard
defensive
penalty,
foul
first down.
for first down, just outside
Down
first and
and
goal,
10
first and 10.
From just outside the 10-yard line.
As a timeout is called
Timeout. Gilman.
by Gilman. First real opportunity we've seen here for this Curley offense, as we will take a quick break. We'll be right back. Back. Great run.
Madison Carone there, shrugging off the contact.
I need the paper right here. Can you get that? I can't reach paper right here.
Second down here. Really good chance for the Curley. Ooh, pitch outside. Dives for it, and that is a touchdown.
Zamoye with Curley's first points of the game.
Yeah, he's been running pretty explosively here. That was a good play call on the pitch. And Curley could be getting themselves right back into this game with another good defensive series and some more drives like the one we just saw.
Speaking of the kicker, Chris Pond comes out for the extra point.
With how good Pond is, Gilman's got to be hoping to block this one.
Want to see that leg talent, and that ball is
Wow.
bombed. You can definitely see where he gets his attention from. Great kick there.
Yeah, blew it all the way into the onto the track here at Gilman. Time for the Hounds to get their first offensive possession that doesn't come off of a turnover. Crazy that we're saying that with just over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. And just another chance to get Savion Witherspoon some experience at quarterback.
For sure. This defense so far for Gilman's been fantastic. Hopefully the offense can capitalize with a full field ahead of them rather than just some short fields where they have more options to run balls, and they have the momentum going in their way.
Yep. I hope to see hopefully spread the ball around more to the receivers. Dejan Lane, Avery Jones-Allen, Cole Pierce, Wes Seba at tight end. Got a full receiving core here for Savion to work with, especially in third and distance situations where you can't really lean on terrain. Interesting kick here.
And that's out of bounds. That's
Wow.
a penalty. For those who don't know, the ball will be placed on the 35 or 40-yard line, I believe. I believe it's the 40, actually.
Yeah, I don't know what they were trying to do with that kick there. Didn't look like he gave it the full leg. Looked like he was trying to point towards that sideline. I don't know if they were going for maybe like a pseudo offside kick. Hopefully try to recover that down close to the Gilman end zone. But whatever it is a weird decision, and it will cost them here as the ball goes out of bounds.
You were touching upon the Madden plays. Maybe trying to get that ball to a non-returner there just to limit their return game.
Yeah, Gilman's got some explosive runners who can break one for a kickoff return, so getting it to someone who's not capable. Ooh, flag in the field.
False start there on the Gilman offense. First and 15 here as Wes Seba makes his way onto the field.
Yasser Supreme coming off. First and 15, this is passing situation, and if you're Curley, you gotta be thinking big defensive stop here.
They send a blitz, and Terrain is able to get a few yards.
Looked like a little bit of a counter on that play. Looked like they were going to run right. Then Terrain flips his hips and goes left for a few yards. Still waiting on the true trick plays that we should be expecting at some point this game. Counters are close to that, but maybe a flea flicker here, try to get a big game. That would be interesting to see.
Another handoff. Terrain is stopped behind the line of scrimmage as Gilman is getting nothing going on the offensive side.
Yeah, with the tackling that we saw in the Curley's last offensive drive, you know, with their momentum, you can't, and what they just did, you can't expect the defense to just be entirely locked down the rest of the game. So even if Curley's only down 12, they don't have a ton more points to put up to give Gilman some nerves. And if you can't find something going on offense, that really gives them a lot of opportunities to possibly win this game.
Savion drops back. He looks down the field, hitting the backfield, and that ball is out of bounds, not caught by Avery Jones-Allen. 4th down as Sean Collins will come onto the field and send this ball hopefully well into Curley's territory.
Yeah, Savion's got the arm strength. That was a well-thrown football, just a little out of bounds, but if that was closer to Avery, he was going to have a really nice opportunity to make a tiptoe sideline catch.
Not a great punt from Sean Collins there, but does the job as the ball will be on Gilman's 48.
Yeah, the bounce there didn't help him, Jack. It bounced at the 40 and it rolled back. But Collins had a nice first punt. Hopefully he can replicate that if he has to later in the game.
Gilman does have that buffer right now. Up 19-7 with just under 40 seconds left in the game, left in the quarter rather. They have room for error based off of their 5 turnovers in the first quarter. Numbers you'd never see in high school football or any level of football. QB keeper as Nick Lordak keeps the ball, but is stopped just about the line of scrimmage. Maybe got a yard there. Logan Nordick, rather.
Gilman's pass defense hasn't had a lot to do so far, but run defense has been somewhat up and down, I think, Jack. Would you say?
Very up and down. There's been some peaks and some valleys, but Gilman has done their job so far, limited in only 7 points. As the first quarter comes to an end, and we will take a quick break before the second quarter.
To Greyhound TV here with the Gilman football game against Archbishop Curley. Curley has the ball on Gilman's 48-yard line, ready to start a new drive.
Play whistle dead before it even began. 2nd and 9 here for Curley. Trying to get some more going on offense after their first few drives. They've gotten some turnovers. As Zamoye gets to the outside for a gain of about 6 yards, it will be 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 3 on the Gilman 41.
Yeah, he's a really fast, explosive runner, getting into the outside a lot this game. That's how he scored his touchdown in the previous Curley drive. Gilman linebackers and safeties especially have to step up and make sure they contain him as much as possible, because him breaking loose and running all over this field could really spell bad things for the Hounds.
For sure. Not a lot of passing going on between both teams here, but gotta expect that to come into play more. Confidence for quarterback Logan Nordek may not be too high right now after his pick earlier in the game, but needs to get that arm going to have that multi-dimension offense.
Nordek with the keeper.
He looks to be marked just at the first down line. Gotta wait to see what they're gonna motion this as. Looks to just have it. Oh, they move it back a bit. And are they gonna bring out the stakes? And they motion first down. First down, Curley.
That was going to be fourth down territory anyway for a Curley team as a whole. But getting the first down gives them a little bit of momentum, a little bit of life.
For sure. Back on that aspect of multi-dimensions. They've been running the ball a lot. You got to expect Curley to just to throw some passing plays, because Gilman should start to stack this box and make it impossible for them to run the ball. But Zamoy is a very talented running back, but he has stopped what looked to be behind the line of scrimmage, but he managed to get some few positive yards there.
Yeah, a bit of a missed tackle, but more so just a great cut by Moyer. With this running that they've been having success with almost every play, you got to think that some play action is going to come into account sooner or later. Almost every play that they run where they're handing the ball off, they've got at least one receiver split out wide. So maybe some screen passes, maybe some deep shot off the play action, but something's got to open up this Curley offense, because like you said, Coach Box got to be down there thinking that they should just stuff the run every time. And here's a pass.
Speak of the devil, 3rd and 3. Good pass there from Logan Nordek.
Yeah, out to junior wide receiver Nick Doty. He's been making an impact. He had the bomb play for 30-plus yards earlier that set up Archbishop Curley for a touchdown. He seems reliable, and he seems to have a good connection with Nordek.
Running offense here, and they flick it back. Pitch rather to 22, Karen Madison, but he is stuffed. It'll be 4th down, Curley. With their kicker's leg, this may be in territory for them, but the offense looks to be staying on the field.
Yeah, I'm not sure if with 4th and 2, I mean, they have been having a lot of success running the ball. They've got some, they don't have anyone split out wide. They're going all in on the run here.
Same formation as it was last time. Gilman stacks the box to respond to it. Man coverage here for Gilman. And a timeout is called, possibly trying to draw them off sides of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's the common thing you see. Getting the hard count out there, hoping to draw them off sides. I wouldn't be surprised to see kicker Chris Pond walk out. Try to give the Friars only a 9-point deficit. A field goal would make it 19-10.
Offense could very easily stay on the field, maybe just trying to draw them off sides, but still trying to get that first down. You never know what's in the mind of an offensive coordinator at Curley.
Yeah, for this, Friars are coached by 4th-year head coach Brendan Ireton. For a relatively young coach, these big decisions are what can win or lose you games. The offense seems to be staying out there for Curley, so this could really change the tide of the game.
For sure. Not going to lie to you, I kind of wanted to see the kicker come out there and just show off his leg talent as they pitch the ball to running back Zamoye, and he's stopped on the 30, but it will be looks to be a horse collar face mask, a legal tackle nonetheless, and that'll be a first down for Curley. They would have had him stopped if it was a legal tackle, though.
Yeah, that's just a bit of a discipline thing for Ian Evans. Ian's got all the physical tools. He's been playing great all season, but that play is going to cost him, going high with a tackle and dragging Moye down by his neck. here in the red zone, gotta think Gilman sells out for making the stand here. Unless we block the kick, with the way Pond's been kicking this season, Curley is close to guaranteed to scoring, but preventing a touchdown would be very big right now.
Be huge for Gilman. Ball on the 15. That tackle really cost Gilman halfway to the goal line.
Yeah, I'd really like to see Amir Crawley make a play. We haven't said his name enough this game. And there he is right there, just bulldozing the Curley offensive lineman. Just absolute reverse pancake right there. And Amir tackles the Curley quarterback for a loss of 3.
Great play there from Gilman. It'll be second and about 14 yards.
Nordak walks back out from the sideline. Don't know if he was getting checked out there by the trainer or if he was talking to his coach. But here he is, ready to run another play on this drive that started at the Gilman 48 and is now at the 20. Flag on the play. Ooh, delay a game by Curley. That's gotta hurt, right, Jack?
For sure. For sure, the coaches mentioned early in this game that they wanted to limit those offensive and defensive penalties, and they did a good job after the first few drives, but that problem seems to be lurking back into the picture.
Yeah, a couple false starts and then the delay game there. You just gotta manage the clock. Just be more aware if you're really gonna get back into the game.
Ball on 24. It is second and about 19 yards. Low snap again. Screen
pass
to Jeremiah Lewis.
Cam Custis with the tackle. No gain on the play.
There's Ian Evans again for the tackle. Legal tackle there, though.
Yeah, Ian's really been flying all over the field this game.
Very fast guy in general. Has that athletic ability that not a lot of people on the high school level have.
Yeah, you look at him, especially up close in person, just looks like a athlete that could play at a higher level. Crawley here applying pressure.
There's the bootleg as it finds the end zone, and it's picked off by Gilman. Great interception there by Gilman.
That is Jaden Barksdale with the pick. Got the foot down in the back of the end zone. That is the sixth turnover here by the Hounds. That's
nearing double digits on those turnovers. Gilman's defense has been showing out this game. Another great pick there. Their second pick of the day. They also partnered that with 4 fumbles.
yeah, Savion Witherspoon now walking out, lead the Gilman offense at the 20 after the touchback following the interception. Nice long drive here, burn some clock. Scored before halftime would really be a cherry on top for what's been a great first half of the Hounds here.
No running back here in the backfield as terrain motions across the field. QB keeper and Savion breaks to the field for about 7 yards. Good run there from the freshman Savion Witherspoon.
Yeah, Wes Sebo was the lead blocker on the right side during that play. Savion almost broke the tackle. Could have busted that one for a long touchdown, but tackled by his ankle.
Good blocking there from the O-line alongside Wes Seba.
Have 3 receivers out wide here for Gilman. You'll see Savion. Another run or a pass.
There's the run, the terrain, cuts the field. Does he get enough? He should be just about a yard short, 3rd and 1. As that clock continues to run, Coach Bach has got to be thinking about running that clock down, getting this team into the locker room with a healthy lead.
Yeah, you don't want to put too much stress trying to make the big play. Running game's been working pretty well. 3 receivers out wide again. Couldn't see a pass on 3rd and short, but Ooh.
There, speaking of the devil, great catch as he breaks up field and he turns the corner and he's jogging into the end zone.
That is Dejan Lane, ladies and gentlemen. One of our star receivers this season. And, yeah, play call was great there. Really caught him off guard. You know, good time to take a shot if you're in fourth down territory with 3rd and 1. Amazing catch by Lane over his head and then turning it upfield and almost walking into the end zone at the end.
Great route, great throw, great all-around offense from Gilman there. Savion Barkley on the throw, Dejan Lane on the catch. Dan Huff makes his way back onto the field for another extra point, and this one set to the uprights. Also onto the track, showing up Chris Pond on the other side of the sidelines, showing that I can do this too.
Yeah, we got a great kicker of our own. He's been really consistent, made the big plays when he's needed to. And Dan Huff gives the Hounds a 26-7 lead with just about 6 minutes left in the second quarter.
James, I got to ask, halfway through the second quarter, what are your takeaways here from this game so far?
Jack, I think anyone who's been watching this game can tell you it's been the defense. You know, they had one lapse with the touchdown drive by Curley after the turnover on downs by the Hounds offense. But outside of that, it's been nothing but stuffed runs and turnovers. 6 turnovers at this point for the Hounds. Just never giving Curley a real shot at it. Gotta hope to continue that as this game goes on.
For sure, Coach Bach's got to be happy with both offensive and defense. Offense is capitalizing, and defense is making some plays. Jeremiah Lewis
Short kick. Oh, boy.
breaks free. Dan Huff is the only man left to beat.
Avery Jones-Allen tracking him down, trying to be
Avery
like DK
Jones-Allen
Metcalf.
trying to do it. Will he bring him down? No! Jeremiah Lewis waltzes into the end zone as it'll be a 13-26 game. Momentum back with Curley.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier in this game that the only part of the Hounds offense, the Hounds team in general, that wasn't looking good was the special teams. Early blocked PAT attempt by Dan Huff, and then the kickoff coverage has been a little subpar throughout the entire game. It almost seemed like a matter of time before Curley broke the big one, and they just did that there with Jeremiah Lewis taking it 90 yards to the house.
Chris Pond out for the extra point. Got to be worried here for what looks to be BL's keeper on the soccer field as that ball is sent miles onto the soccer field.
Oh, wow.
JV soccer as Coach Zeeland has to jog onto the field and get that ball off the field. Absolute bomb from Chris Pond.
Coach Zeeland now experiencing both types of football. Spanish
It's a good
teacher.
throw. Got a good arm on him.
Maybe Bach should consider bringing him on as an assistant quarterbacks coach.
Couldn't hurt the team. Couldn't hurt the team at all. Gilman looking to bounce back after being exploited there by the Curley special teams unit.
Yeah, Bach's down on the field, giving the talk to the special teams unit. Got to keep them centered and get them back to playing well because, like I said, kickoff returns have been a lot of trouble here for the Hounds. Curley had 2 great kickoffs early in the first quarter that got wiped out by penalties that pushed their offense back to worse field position. Here's the kick.
Pond does that little cheeky tap, but Dejan Lane cuts up the field, cuts back, flag for illegal blocking as Dejan Lane just goes out of bounds on the 43-yard line.
Yeah, that if it's anything like the penalty on the first kickoff of the game, or one of the first kickoffs of the game, that penalty could be illegal block in the back, take the Hounds not just 10 yards back of where they finished around the 43, 10 yards back in the spot of the foul, which could put them really deep in their own territory.
Should be about the 25-yard line here, 26 to be exact. Still decent field position here. More yards they would have gotten on touchback, so can't complain too much. Just not a great play there from the special teams unit that's been lacking all game long.
Yeah, but 3 receivers out wide for Savion. No running back. Gonna be interesting to see if we get some motion here, or if Bach goes back to Savion after the touchdown pass.
I gotta expect some. Look, fumble, and a flag's on the play. Gotta wonder who that's on, as it will determine who gets the ball here. Curley is on top of it, which would cause Gilman to lose more momentum after starting out so hot.
I don't know what the call is going to be here, but that ball didn't look like it came out until after Savion was down on contact.
Agreed,
So
James.
I think the Hounds have a good chance of keeping the ball here no matter what. That just makes it up to what the penalty is and who it's giving yards to.
Looks to be a penalty on Curley, maybe a late hit from the D lineman.
Yeah, one of Curley's big defensive linemen is pretty upset. Doesn't know what he did wrong. That's got to be tough. Mackenzie Hazard, he's designated by his coach as one of the key players this game, and if that penalty was on him, you can't be making mistakes like that.
As leader of this team, you're expecting nothing but great play, and any penalties are gonna don't shine great on you. And although maybe a mistake, you gotta limit those mistakes. And throughout the season, Curley has not been able to do that, as they are 1-3. As a timeout will be taken, and we will be right back. Welcome back. Gilman has the ball on the 44 as we will get football back underway in the second quarter. 5:26 on the clock. First down and 10 as they hand the ball. Oh, tricked me there. Savion fumbles it, and it's recovered by Curley. Happened on the last play and happens again here. This time there is no penalty, and Curley has the ball on the 50-yard line.
Gilman players are motioning for the ball to be in their possession, but I think that is going to be Curley football. And after that recent kickoff return by Curley, they're only down 12 points. Could get interesting here, Jack, if Curley could put together a nice drive.
For sure. All momentum with Curley right now. Gilman got off to a 19-0 lead, but since then they have been outscored by 7 points. There's that delayed handoff again, but it seems to work. And he breaks free. Karen Madison breaks free all the way to the end zone with all momentum seeming to go Curley's way. It is now 26-20. The high-scoring affair continues.
Yeah, Jack, this is a real turn of events. A lot of people, including me, must have been thinking that Gilman was going to walk away with this game after the 19-0 start, but Curley has clawed their way back. They haven't given up. Their mentality has really been good here. Probably better and probably more important to helping them stay in this game than their actual play on the field has been.
Another great kick. Zeal will have to come back onto the field, possibly.
MVP Coach Zealand could run out.
Nah, it's the keeper. Still a great kick there, 26-21.
The BL keeper apparently couldn't toss it over the net and just rolled it close to it.
You would think as a keeper you have the arm power to do that, but I guess
or
not.
kick it. Just a lack of effort there from the BL JV soccer keeper.
Not varsity mentality, as it is a JV soccer game. Not the mentality you want to see from a player. 26-21 as the kicking unit returns. Pond back out to send the ball back to Gilman. Gilman, especially now, wants to hold on to that ball, get into halftime, up 5, just talk it over and come out in the second half and just hopefully play better and play as it did in the first quarter.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can't really disparage the Hounds for playing a bad game here. They've put up 26 points, all the turnovers in the first quarter, but what a kick there.
Just some leg talent you don't see very often.
Big hit on Bricksdale.
He has the speed.
Yeah, Pond seemingly going away from those short chip kicks that he was working with for the first 2 times he kicked the football off. He's got the leg power and he kicks it really high, so gives his guys a chance to go out and make a tackle, get up the field while the ball's hanging in the air and Gilman's waiting to receive the kick.
For sure. 5 minutes on the nose left in this half. Gilman needs to just hold this ball, run the ball, just don't make any mistakes that allow Curley to get this ball as they have all the momentum right now. But the one problem is Curley's expecting run, but even tricking us there, great catch, great play, great overall play from Gilman offense there as Dejon Lane with the catch.
Yeah, these last 2 drives for Gilman, although the previous drive was cut short by the fumble, the run-pass split here has been about 50-50. You know, Coach Bach seems to be trusting Savion more, throwing the ball, running him outside the pocket, some short throws for sometimes big gains.
2nd and 1 as he ends the ball off the terrain. And he looks to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, if not a little bit behind it, as it'll be 3rd and 1. The clock, however, is running.
Yeah, number 55, Stevie Carter, in on that tackle for Curley. Him and number 54, Mackenzie Hazard, are 2 massive anchors for that Curley defensive line.
Needing a 1st down, Savion keeps the ball, but he is stopped. And he is unable to get the 1st down. It'll be 4th and 4, and you've got to expect the punting unit to come back onto this field. If you hand the ball off the terrain there, you got to think he's going to get a 1st down. He looked to have a pretty open run, and Gilman's offense is once again stagnant, and they will send the ball back to Curley.
Yeah, Sean Collins coming out. Ooh, different punter this time for Gilman.
Possibly a long-distance punter in for Gilman. And that punt's blocked! And looks like it's going to be returned. And he stopped just on the 1-yard line.
Oh my God. This is...
Sean Collins' punt is blocked, and Curley is knocking on the door of being up in this game after starting down 19-0.
Yeah, they just stuck with it. And the turnovers here have been the turnovers that Gilman created that helped them get the early lead are coming back to bite them, because now Gilman's the one turning the ball over with a fumble, and then the blocked kick, the blocked punt, excuse me, that was almost just returned for a touchdown.
Madison gets the ball, and he walks in and dives into the end zone, rather. Karen Madison with a touchdown, 27-26 with the extra point coming.
Yeah, Curley seems to be really working with a 2-headed monster at running back here. Za Moye is more of a speedster, maybe a bit of a smaller frame, bouncing him to the outside lot. And then Karen Madison has just been a dog, running in between the tackles and making physical carries. So similar to what George would run a few years back with Sonny Michel and Nick Chubb. Running game's really been giving Curley some success outside of the early fumbles.
As Gilman takes a timeout, we took a quick break before the extra point and the remainder of the first half.
gentlemen, we are back here. Curley on the 3-yard line, going for the extra, the
The
two-point
two-point conversion, and that ball's caught as they have all the momentum right now, James. 29-26. Gilman's game has took a turn for the worse as the plague of turnovers has switched over teams, and Gilman is now on the losing end of the game.
Yeah, you can feel the momentum switch, and you can feel the more aggressive nature coming from the Curley sideline. They've got Chris Pond, who's probably going to be a college recruited kicker, but instead of leaning on him for an automatic extra point, they decide to go out for the 2-point conversion and give themselves a 3-point lead, and they do convert. And like you said, 26-29 with 3:38 left in the half.
For those of you who slammed the over on the scoring today, if there's any of you, 55 points have been scored here in the first half. That's got to be near some type of record, at least in Gilman's history. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, the first game of the season Gilman had against Edgewood put up 43 points, on pace for more than that for the Hounds today. But Curley on pace for 58 as the score stands.
On page for 52, and they are still losing this game. And he breaks free! And he got the field!
Oh, wow.
Oh my God! What a gut! And he goes all the way! Gilman has the momentum, and it's 32-29.
Oh, Kenny Green there, an absolutely electric kickoff return. You know, Curley did that to us earlier in the game, Jack. We just did it back to them. Complete momentum flip, gives the Hounds the 32-29 lead. And that is just an amazing play. You know, he had me fooled there. I thought he was out of bounds, but the cutback was just spectacular, and he takes it to the house. What a play.
Kenny Green, a senior, great player, has been on varsity all 4 years. Player that we know well and we know his talents. Great receiving, great return there. And there's a flag. Kind of kills a little bit of the momentum they have, but looks like Dan might be moving back a bit, or maybe an offsides actually, motioning towards the defensive line of Curley.
That's what the call is.
Kenny Green.
Yep,
Great
and it is an
return.
offsides.
Offsides as Dan will move. Dan doesn't move at all, actually. Just maybe the decline penalties. Extra points up, and it's good. Great kick from Dan Huff. JV golf superstar, Dan Huff. Mad.
Jack, is Dan a better JV golf player or a kicker? Because he's been great this season for the Hounds.
Tough question to ask someone that's played alongside him on the JV golf team. You know, Dan's a great golfer, but I gotta say his football skills seem to be pretty solid. I mean, he's not a bad golfer, but I mean, he has the leg talent. I mean, he played soccer for many years, and he has that ability.
Yeah, he's really been a nice addition. Last couple years, Gilman's been struggling with kickers. I remember a few kids from our grade going out trying to try out for the team last year, but Dan Huff being cemented as the full-time starting kicker gives some more stability and some more confidence to the Gilman special teams unit.
For sure. Last year was none other than Juno Yoon, who went out for a few games, but he backed up kicker, I believe it was. I cannot remember what his name was, but they had a 2-man kicker. They brought him out a few times. Just thought maybe he'd be the face of the future, but Dan Huff kind of out of nowhere makes his way onto this lineup, and has been playing great since joining the team.
Big kick from Huff, caught at the 9.
No, and he's brought down. Scarily thought maybe they were going to return one back on us, which would have been awful.
Yeah, I think for Gilman on the kickoff coverage, they got to play more conservative. I saw 2 players there myself only trying to go for the strip on the football, try to create a turnover. A more conservative tackle, pin them back within their own 30 or 20 is probably the better option going forward, because these long kickoff returns by Curley have really been costing Gilman. Thoughts on that, Jack? Okay, never mind. play here. Handoff to, oh,
Karen Madison with the great run there. As clock continues to tick, 3 minutes left in this half.
Madison's really been running up the middle well. 8-yard physical gain, broke at least one tackle there. Really putting together a nice performance.
First down. Another running play, but he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great tackle there by number 23 on Gilman.
Nick Cruz, sophomore, really coming in to make the big play. And we need more stuffs like that. Curley, after the early fumbles in the first quarter, has been running all over this Hounds defensive line. Need players like Cruz, Cam Custis, Amir Crawley to step up and really put some pressure on that Curley offensive line. Low snap.
Seen that all game. And he was wide open. Number 23 tight end Michael Cox, the junior, wide open, but could not haul that one in. I mean, had solid 5-yard separation there.
Yeah, that was just a bit of an errant throw by Curley quarterback Logan Nordek. He's struggled a bit with his passing all season. Coming into the game against other B conference teams, he has a 27% completion percentage. So that's something he's got to work on his development. Only a sophomore, but that could have been a big play.
He drops back pretty far, and there's the issue once again. Michael Cox open again, and he cannot accurately throw the ball and find him.
Yeah, almost the same play there, Jack. Another crossing route by Cox. And same play, same throw by Nordek. You know, just missed him a little bit. Gilman coverage was a little bit more prepared this time. Cox wasn't wide open, but he could have brought the football down for a nice gain and close to a first down if he had been able to haul in a better throw by Nordek there.
Unfortunately, he's not able to do that, and Gilman will receive the ball with 2 minutes left in this half.
Chris Pond out to kick. Booming punt.
Hit as well. It's Alan Gushu on the return, but he calls a fair catch. Punter nailed, but managed to get the kickoff.
Yeah, it's he was facing the pressure there from Gilman, but he seems to be someone who's got a lot of experience in that arena, so he was able to get the kickoff. And Gilman will have it on their own 17-yard line for a new offensive possession. Jack, what are you hoping to see out of this drive in terms of play calling?
I'm hoping to see a few little bootlegs, but majority running the ball and just ending this half on the bonus side, winning by 4 points right now as they hand the ball off to Terrain. Gilman just needs to do that, just to hand the ball off, get those 6-7 yards, make Curley call those timeouts if they want to call them.
Yeah, I agree, Jack. Running game's been solid throughout a lot of this game. You know, Curley might have a higher yards per carry, but Gilman, every time they hand it off to Terrain, seems to be at least 3 yards. Bigger play here with the spin move, the broken tackle, almost getting a first down. He third and around 2. Gilman's hoping to continue this drive here, not have to punt. Last punt didn't go too well, right, Jack?
Not at all. I actually have to see here a bootleg, maybe play action play. It's third and inches. They can get the first down, but they're going to hand the ball off. And still get the first down and a bit more. Gets to about the 34-yard line. Gilman now maybe wondering, oh, can we get in field goal range where Dan Huff take a 7-point lead going into the half rather than only being up 4?
Yeah, only about a minute left in the half. If they're going to really make a push for some points here, they're going to have to hurry. But a soccer ball rolls onto the field, and they have to stop play.
Exchanging balls here we have from here at Brown Field. First, the football is sent over by Chris Pond, and now it's soccer balls being sent over.
Yeah, if any of you care, Gilman is down 1-0 at the JV soccer game. But
Savion is hit and dragged down by his helmet, but looks to be no call. Maybe a ref missed something there. Definitely a little bit of a high tackle, but
yeah, it looked like it could have been a potential face mask, but no matter what, you just have to move on. You know, we can't decide what the refs call or don't. So second down and around 10 for the Hounds. Only 20 seconds left. They're probably going to burn this one out and get into the locker room with a 4-point lead.
Clock rolling. Maybe one last play here. Savion passes. He goes down. We'll go call timeout. Gilman does. 9 seconds. Nick Bach is trying to get them into field goal range for Dan Huff.
Yeah, I don't know if the call came late there, but around 3 seconds ran off the clock. That could have been helpful if Gilman is really trying to make a push to get Dan Huff in field goal range. But that's just something you have to deal with at the high school game. You know, not going to be stopping or getting any instant replay to really fix the clock. So it's probably going to be 9 seconds here, unless the referees decide to add a bit more time onto the clock. But enough time for at least one deep shot or possibly an out route. Get Dan some yards and potentially have him go out and make a kick right before the end of the first half.
For sure. I got to think his max is about 45, so maybe get that ball to about the 28, 29-yard line, which is a lot to ask for, as they're about 25 yards short of that mark. But one play, one timeout left for Gilman as well, so.
Yeah, you never know. We've seen crazier things happen, and earlier in the game, Dejan Lane took a short slant route all the way to the house, so doesn't look like that's going to happen much here. Curley does seem to be playing 3-man deep prevent coverage. The refs whistly play dead.
And Curley responds with a timeout, maybe not like in their defensive setup.
Yeah, I mean, for a Curley team that's really battled back, messing up your defensive coverage and giving up a big play touchdown with 9 seconds left before going to the locker room would be an absolute killer to your mental state.
For sure. Gilman just looking to make one last play, and at least just make a good play, so Gilman has something to look back at and say, hey, we did that one well. Even when it didn't matter, just a good play there.
Yeah, offense trots back out of the field. Curley, once again, deep prevent coverage. 3 out wide. I'd like to see Savion get one chance.
The D lineman has a free pass all the way. Savion's going to chuck one up. Oh, and the ball goes through Colt Pierce's hands. And that is halftime. Gilman up 33-29. Great first half of football, and we will be back for the second half shortly.
2006, 2010, and 2015 on campus for an in-person reunion this evening. Gilman's going to use the next 3 Friday home football games to celebrate reunions that were held virtually last year. So welcome back to those alums this evening. We look forward to seeing you and saying hello.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Greyhound TV and this installment of Gilman Football. We're here today with a thriller. The Hounds are up 33-29 against Archbishop Curley in what's been an absolute shootout. A lot of turnovers, a lot of big plays, a lot of scoring. Probably the most exciting game the Hounds have had all year, in my opinion, outside of maybe the BL game against where Dan Huff made his now famous game-winning field goal in overtime. But this game's legacy is all going to come down to how this second half here goes. Jack, what do you think we're going to see in the second half?
I got to expect a lot of running plays. You know, Gilman's been doing some pretty solid run plays so far in this game, and maybe a few little bootlegs. Haven't seen any trick plays like we were planning to see, but hopefully those come into play here in the second half. All right, as the kick by kicker Chris Pond back to send the ball to Gilman. Gilman's also up 4 right now, trying to add on to that lead.
Yeah, Jack, Savion Witherspoon's had a pretty productive first outing here at quarterback.
Bomb by Chris Pond.
Yeah, all the way through the back of the end zone. But
kickoff
back to
back of the end zone,
Witherspoon.
Greyhounds
Only
football,
one turnover here for the
10,
Gilman
20 points.
offense on a fumble. There's also been a blocked punt that Curley almost returned for a touchdown. But at the same time, Curley has 6 turnovers of their own. Gilman's forced 4 fumbles and a pick. And Jack, do you remember the other turnover was? 4 fumbles, a pick.
2 fumbles, 4 picks, and then there's only 6 turnovers for Gilman. About I think it was 3 for Gilman on offense. So still trying to hold on the ball there. Savion jump pass, and that ball is almost caught.
Yeah, Cam Costas rolling out from the tight end position there.
Witherspoon's pass into Custis, incomplete. Second down.
Savion with a good throw there, honestly. You know, good rollout, facing a lot of pressure, and he delivered a bit of a low pass, but it was catchable by Costas. Just wasn't able to bring it in.
Unfortunate play there, but you know, good idea, good bootleg, good play call. Just not executed perfectly.
Yeah, move on. Hopefully get some yards here with a run.
And that ball's heading out to terrain, but he's hit at the line, but gets a few yards. Be about 3rd and 8.
Yeah.
Train carries for a short gain.
Savion's gonna have to probably make a pass
Second
here.
by Hampton,
Can't imagine they
third
run it
down,
again.
8.
I'm gonna be looking at Avery or Dejan across the field, probably on like a slant route. Those two are just both blazing speed, really good run after the catch guys. Colt Pierce is also wide, lined about wide, but he's more of a contested catch. We're gonna see who he goes to here.
There's that bootleg. And that's caught by Colt Pierce. Good first down by Gilman.
Guess I was wrong, but that's a great catch and a great throw by Savion as he's hit. Delivered right to Colt Pierce's hands for about a 12-yard gain.
Gilman,
Great throw by
38-yard line.
freshman Savion Witherspoon.
Yeah, he's really made his impression on this game. He's got a bunch of good throws, especially the big touchdown play to Dejan Lane. It's really been an all-around effort from this Gilman team, but Witherspoon's a big part of why they're winning.
As Witherspoon keeps the ball there. And it's about a 2-3 yard gain.
Witherspoon carries inside for
A lot of quarterback keeps here for Savion. Through about 26 minutes in this game. That's how he scored his first touchdown, but from there haven't been super productive. Pitch to Terrain, and that was stuffed, but he's
Terrain's still fighting. Great
rumbling
play.
forward here.
Great effort. He was stopped behind that line of scrimmage,
Keon
and he still managed to get about 4 yards.
keeps his legs driving and
Oh,
carries
Curley
high
player
for a
down
gain of
on
4.
the field.
It'll be third down and
That is
3.
defensive
Timeout
lineman.
on the field
Um,
for an injury.
That is a defensive lineman for Curley. He is banging the field, rolling around, seemingly in a lot of pain. We'll take a quick break here as the trainers go out and check out the Curley lineman. Gilman's trotting back out into the field here after the Curley athletic training staff got junior linebacker Nick Campbell, number 44, up. He was in a little pain. They're dealing with him now on the sideline. And Gilman will continue its drive with third and what seems to be about 3.
Nick Campbell did jog off the field. Good sign for Curley. As Terrain will be stopped short of the line, the first down line, and it'll be about 4th and 2. This is in Gilman's go for it on 4th down range, but with a lead, cannot really expect Gilman to do that as the punter, Sean Collins, makes his way back onto the field.
Yeah, Gilman came into this game really trying to focus on the run, but right now with it's got to be 20 carries. They only have about 54 rushing yards on the game. Good, solid punt though by Collins. And Curley comes onto the field. In the first half, Jack, they ran all over this Gilman team.
Collins punt down by Kenny Green.
103 yards and 4 rushing touchdowns to the Friars. What do you think? Do you think Curley has to make any adjustments in the second half of their offense, or do you think they stick with the ground and pound?
I think they should just stick with their running plays. I mean, it's gotten them back into this game after starting down 19-0, and they've been running the ball well, as you've been saying. They've broken free, led by Cameron Led by Zom Moy alongside Karen Madison, the two-headed monster. As they find Karen Madison here for a few yards. Man is a big, hard runner. Reminded me a lot of Derrick Henry.
Yeah, good tackle there by Nick Cruz. He had a big tackle for loss earlier in the game. But that type of short gain is what Gilman's got to keep doing. You know, didn't see enough of that in the first half from the Hounds, and got to put some pressure on their running backs and make the quarterback throw.
For sure. As they find Karen Madison again for the run.
Cam Costas with the big hit meets him right at the line.
He's been all over the place this game. Seems to be about 8 tackles already for him.
Yeah, and the big fumble recovery. I think he brought it back for a touchdown earlier in the first quarter. So he's really been making an impact. One of the bigger players on the Gilman defensive line. A lot of physicality, a lot of strength. Been allowing him to hit with some force and make some big plays against Curley.
For sure. 3rd and about 7 here for Curley. Big defensive play as Challenger Valentine comes across the field. And Logan Nordak goes deep downfield. And it is almost caught by Nick Doty. Would have been a great play there from Curley.
Yeah, low snap kind of threw everything off there for Curley. They've been dealing with that all game. But Doty, on the other hand, he's been great, you know. Really big play down the sideline in the first half. He's just been really reliable. If quarterback Logan Nordak was able to put that ball a little bit closer to him, then Doty would have probably been able to come down and make the catch. But instead, kicker Chris Pond is coming out. Going to send another most likely booming kick away for Curley.
Not only a kicker, he's also a punter, as we are now learning. Man is all around talented with his leg. Young Justin Tucker, maybe. Never know. Another bomb from him. Alan Gushu on the return as he skeets by one player and breaks another before being brought down the 37-yard line. Good return there from Alan Gushu.
You know, Alan Gushu might not be the first player I think about when I think about Gilman explosiveness. You know, we had the kick return earlier in the game. Dejan Lane.
By Kenny Green as well.
Yes, Kenny Green. Dejan Lane's explosive. Kenny Green, like we saw earlier, is explosive. But Alan Gushu, really nice conservative catch with the high punt there. And a solid return afterwards that sets the Hounds up pretty well.
As terrain is stopped just about at the line of scrimmage, and Gilman will be faced with another 2nd and long, a theme that we've seen slowly starting to develop ever since the start of the second quarter.
Yeah, that was Nick Campbell, apparently recovered from his injury on the tackle. And like you said, Jack, the running game has, I wouldn't say ground to a standstill. It's been a lot of short yardage, though, interspersed with some tackles for loss. So if Gilman's going to really make an impact on offense and gain consistent yardage, Savion's going to have to throw it, which he looks like he might do here.
As he's hit, but he finds Avery Jones-Allen. Great throw and great pass. Great pass and great catch, rather, by the Gilman offense, as it'll be a first down and those chains are moving.
Yeah, you can see Savion getting better with every single snap he takes. Coach Bach's been going to him a lot with the passes as of late, and he's been making some good throws, you know. 3rd down completion last drive to Cole Pierce. This sort of Avery Jones-Allen perfectly placed on the sideline for a first down. It's nice to see how he's coming along with the passing this game.
Savion just experiencing this new level of football as terrain breaks free for about 8 yards. Savion's been, as you said, been getting better per every snap, and he just looks to be more comfortable than he was at the beginning of this game.
Yeah, and like you saw there with that big run play, that's coming right off of one of Savion's passes, and you got to think if Savion keeps passing it well, the play action and the mix of run pass will only get better, as the Curley defense will have to be a little more conservative with their run defense in the box. to possibly counter Savion passing the ball.
For sure, and a lot more effective when you can have both aspects of the game going well.
Yeah, something we've seen with the Ravens this season. Lamar improving as a passer.
Savion's pressured, but gets the pass off, and that's what we're talking about. Good pass there, and good catch by Terrain out of the backfield. And that's some multi-dimensional offense that we've been needing to see, and it's been clicking here on this possession.
Yeah, that was just a good play, you know? You could see the bootleg was supposed to send Savion out right, get to one of the receivers, but Keon Terrain was able to skirt out into the flat, and while Savion was under pressure, he was able to throw it to him. But we do have a Curley player, sophomore defensive back, Jeff Fortune, down in the play, so we're going to take a little break. Here we are, back with Greyhound TV as Gilman returns. Jeff Fortune was able to walk himself back off to the Curley sideline after the injury, and going to continue what has been a productive drive here for the Hounds.
Good passing and running plays from here from Gilman as Terrain breaks to the outside and isn't able to get much yards, and there's a big hit there from the back of that hits the back of Terrain, but he looks to be just fine.
Yeah.
If anything, it might boost him a few yards.
I was going to say, Jack,
Dejan Lane
coming onto the field. And Gilman here with a chance to widen their lead.
Second down and 8.
Probably at least get themselves a nice 7-point cushion, which would be good. And here is the snap.
Terrain has some room, and he breaks free. Great run by Terrain all the way down to the 19-yard line. It'll be another first down for Gilman as clock continues to run. 5 minutes left here in this third quarter.
Yeah, an absolutely massive hole in that play, Jack. Keon was able to burst right through it, made some nice cuts in the open field, broke a few tackles, rumbled forward for a nice gain.
Great run, nice gain. Everything's clicking here for Gilman. Back to what we saw back in the first quarter, which is what you love to see.
Yeah, the offense seems to have a nice rhythm here. Plays whistle dead.
Timeout, Gilman.
On the sideline right now, we do see Sean Collins preparing to take some kicks maybe coming up forward as they're doing some drills here. Two people, both Dan Huff warming up and Sean Collins. Maybe some Sean Collins action here for extra points or some field goals if they need them.
Yeah, Jack, Gilman's offense has been a lot of feast or famine this game, you know. Got some good touchdowns, but not a lot of kicks outside of the PATs. Not many field goals at all here for Dan Huff. But you never know on this drive. They've been moving the ball well, so hopefully Gilman won't have to kick a field goal. But if they do, I think Dan Huff will be ready, come in and knock it through.
Well, I was talking to Dan pregame. He's really like what his game's been at recently. So that confidence is really helpful for a kicker, especially someone who just picked up kicking this year.
Yeah, former soccer player, like we've said throughout this game. He's got the leg, and he's been pretty accurate. But hopefully doesn't have to kick for 3. Hopefully he'll only be kicking for 1 point after a touchdown on this drive. First down here for the Hounds at the 21-yard line. It'll be interesting to see what play call we go here.
Savion has the ball off the terrain. He's stopped just at the line of scrimmage. And for those who are wondering, Gilman JV Soccer just tied the game up with 47 seconds at 2-2.
Carries tackled by Hampton.
What a
Second
game
down
going
line.
on over there. I don't think we are televising that one.
Unfortunately not, but looks to be a thriller of a game.
We'll keep you updated on the JV Soccer as the football continues here. The clock is running, but both sides seem a little confused as what's going on. More players walking onto the field. Play clock is winding down. Only 10 seconds left to get the snap off.
I think some aspect of running the clock down starting now. I mean, Gilman, this win means a lot to them. And there is a delay of game, but this win means a lot to them. Maybe some running the clock down, just trying to get this team off the field as quick as possible to win it would help them out. I mean, they're just trying their best, and they're trying to. Nick Boxer, winning coach, got his first A conference win last week, trying to get another win here, his 3rd win in a row.
Something interesting going on down the field, though. You see Kenny Green, number 9, in a running back. Keon Terrain's been the workhorse this game. Seeing Green in there could mean that Gilman has something up their sleeve.
Green breaks upfield on a wheel route. Nothing open, but Savion has an open receiver.
Touchdown!
Avery Jones-Allen with the reception. Great route and great throw as Avery Jones-Allen jumps in the air and celebrates as Gilman takes a 39-29 lead late in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Avery really wide open there, and you could see the play call. They had Green in there, running back, out with the sending him out with the wheel route. Really drew the defense that way because, like we said, Terrain's been in there at running back the entire game. And then all the motion on both sides created a nice hole for Avery to sit in the middle of the field. And then the catch and the touchdown and the extra point by Dan Huff is good, giving Gilman a 40-29 lead with 3:50 left in the 3rd quarter.
Hounds 40, Friars 29.
Great drive there, all-around perfection from Gilman. Box got to be very impressed with what he's seen so far in the 2nd half.
Yeah, with the way Savion's been throwing the ball, over 150 yards passing today. Got to give you some confidence with the future of junior quarterback Matt Parker still up in the air for the coming weeks. So no matter what, Gilman seems to have some good things going at quarterback.
Yeah, he's been making a lot of throws on the runs, which is what you love to see. I mean, it's one thing being able to throw, but you're both feeling the ground, just stable, just sitting there, making your reads. But on the run, it's a whole other level, and Savion's making those throws has been really impressive. And maybe a tactical squib kick is muffed at the 15-yard line, and he's brought down at the 15 and brought back to about the 5, but he will get forward progress to about the 13.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of kick variations from both sides, you know, little chip kicks, squib kicks, high kicks, and that might have been the best kick of the day by Dan Huff, pinning them deep with great coverage after the muff by Curley. You know, that's kick return coverage by the Hounds has been a little bit questionable at times in this game, but that was a great play there and a great tackle to pin the Friars back within their own 15-yard line.
And the run is stopped at the line of scrimmage, what looks to be Cameron Madison on the run. He's been slowly getting more of the handoffs. The sophomore, instead of Zamoy, the junior.
Yeah,
Curley's Madison
if
on the
Curley
tackled by a host.
really wants to win this game, I think personally they should go back to the dual running back system because Moye has the explosiveness that Madison might lack a bit of. So throw here. Nick Doty on the catch. A little bit of a missed tackle there, some botch coverage by Gilman, and a first down gain.
Pass complete.
Nick
Curley.
Doty is only a junior,
Nick
but
Doty
seems to be
tackled on the play
the
by
number
Jay
one target
Wilkerson.
here for this
Flag on the play.
Curley football team. Also led by Jeremiah Lewis, who we've seen a little bit of wide receiver, but also plays defensive back, and Elijah Anderson as well.
Yeah, Nordek hasn't thrown the ball a ton this game,
Gilman.
but he seems to be going to Doty most of the time when he does. Doty's really been open. Tight end Michael Cox has had a few targets,
As a result of the
but
penalty,
no,
Curley has a first
Nordek
down
hasn't been
and
able to
10
connect
from
with him
their
this
own
game.
39-yard line.
Doty, though, been really good so far. One of the few bright spots outside of the running game for the Friars.
And for those who missed it, Gilman did commit a foul, and the ball's moved up 15 yards to about the 39, 38. As Valentine motions across the field. And running back Karen Madison gets a few yards.
Madison carries,
As the
tackled
clock
by
continues
Nick
to run,
Cruz.
2 minutes 30 left
Dejon Lane.
here in this third quarter.
Gain of 1, second down and 9.
If with the way Savion Witherspoon's been playing in this second half, at the end of the first half, throwing the ball better, Gilman offense been looking really great. If Curley's going to make a comeback here, down 11, as we near the fourth quarter, they're really going to have to make some strides here on offense and put some points up on the board.
For sure. I mean, the 29 is not a low number. As Valentine gets the ball, he got some wheels, but he's brought down and shoved out of bounds by Gilman.
Oh.
And a late flag comes in. Maybe some
Yeah,
unnecessary roughness called here.
The tackle
Questionable call there.
by challenger Valentine.
Yeah, if it is, that's going to be the second penalty of this game
Gain on the
on
play,
Ian
third down,
Evans,
7.
who's been all over the field. Great athlete, great linebacker, but he's just made some mistakes, and especially if that penalty is on him, that's going to be the second 15-yard penalty in a row on Gilman, and could move Curley up even more.
Looks like the
No
flag may
on
have
the
been
play.
picked up.
Third down and 9.
Third down at about 9 yards.
Focused on this play has got to be on Nick Doty. Made a lot of clutch receptions this game, so Nordek's probably going to be looking at him on this third and long situation.
Gilman gets a stop here. Got to expect them just to run the ball and just try to get this clock down, as they will have all the momentum as the ball is thrown and almost picked off by Kenny Green, it looks like.
Dangerous throw by Nordek there in the
Nordek
bootleg.
intended for
Amir
Valentine,
Crawley applying a
complete.
ton of pressure,
Intended on the
chasing him
play by
down,
Green.
and
It was
bit
on
of
the
an
play
errant
for
throw.
fourth down.
Tad bit underthrown. Kenny Green was able to swat the ball in the air, almost made the play on it for the pick, but that will be fourth down and 9 for the Friars, and Chris Pond will come back out to punt for the fourth time this game. Alan Gushu out for the return for the Gilman punt team. Gonna hope that he can bring some life and get another good return. You know, saw a good return from him last time.
Not a great punt here. Very uncharacteristic for Chris Pond, but nonetheless gets the job done about the 26-yard line, as Gilman will get the ball with 1 minute 30 left here in this third quarter.
Yeah, he probably could have gotten some more yards on it, especially if he tried to punt it straight down, but he aimed it for the sideline, and that could honestly have been a good call, considering Gilman's really been doing a good job running back kicks and punts this game. So that could have been a strategic play by Curley, but we do not actually know that. So
Down by 11, big stop in the area for Curley.
lot receivers out wide for Gilman, but they're also loading the line. Handoff here to Terrain.
As he
Breaks
cuts
the
the
tackle.
field.
Looking good.
4-yard gain there for Terrain
4-yard
as the
gain,
clock
second and
continues to
6.
run. Maybe about 2 plays left here for Gilman, maybe 3 until the end of this third quarter.
Yeah, Jack, these last few drives have been really good. A lot of consistent yardage, and Curley just hasn't really been able to stop Terrain as he booms forward for a 15-yard gain up to around the 45-yard line.
Terrain follows
Gilman
the
offense just
from
been
the right
clicking,
side of
you
the
know.
line.
The first half, the
Tackle made
defense
by
was
Elijah
really what was
Anderson.
making it
First down
happen
and
for
10
Gilman with the turnovers, but
from the
this
Hounds
half,
44.
it seems to be the offense.
For sure. The running game's definitely been there. And then throwing in that passing game, which has been very effective here in the second half. And it wasn't really there in the first half. So that's been really helpful for this Gilman team. Adding that
Terrain
extra
with a short
dimension,
gain on the right
which
side,
really
tackled
leaves the
by
defense
Stevie
up in
Carter.
air and wondering what's to come
Second down and
next.
7.
Yeah, 3-yard gain for Terrain on that previous play. Gets Gilman to about the 48-yard line as time is winding down here in the third quarter.
Just enough time for one more play before the end of this quarter. Savion on their center. Hands the ball off the Terrain again, and he breaks some ankles and gets to the 48-yard line, which will be about 3 yards short of the first down, and the clock will expire
Terrain carries
as
for
the
three.
third quarter ends.
Tackle on the
Gilman
play by
up
Hazard.
40 to Curley's 29
When the fourth quarter
as we enter the
begins,
fourth
Gilman
quarter,
will
and
have
we will take a
third
quick
down
break.
and 3 to go.
Back to the fourth quarter of Gilman football here versus Curley on Greyhound TV. Gilman's really been marching this drive and hoping to put this game away. They're up 11 right now. Been a really nice all-around performance for the Hounds, especially with Savion Witherspoon, a quarterback, the freshman, replacing Matt Parker, who's out with illness this game.
And Terrain, can't forget him, the feisty running back. Looks to be just about half a yard short. Gilman looking to maybe go for it here and put the icing on the cake.
Sending Custis and Crawley out, maybe get some extra run support on this fourth down play. Terrain's been all over the field. He's got close to 75 rushing yards and an interception that he returned to the house for 6. Really been making it work on both sides of the ball. Here's the play.
Wildcat, and Terrain breaks upfield for the first down and more, the 39-yard line. As that clock continues to run, Bach wanting this game to just slowly finish as Gilman is up 40-29 with the ball.
39-yard line.
Yeah, Jack, we've been waiting throughout the entire game to get some hint of maybe some trick play. But that Wildcat there worked to perfection. Nice 8-yard gain for not Witherspoon, excuse me. Terrain as they get the first down on fourth down. Witherspoon now back out there with Terrain.
That play's kind of blown up at the line of scrimmage for Terrain, and no gain as Terrain's a little bit slow to get up, but looks to be just fine. Those hits maybe starting to wear down on Terrain.
Yeah, he's really been a workhorse this game, Jack. Got to be his carries got to be in at least the mid-20s. So especially for a high school running back, that'll wear down on you over the course of a game. So he might be getting tired here, but that could just open up an opportunity for us to see Savion Witherspoon pass the ball a bit more. Maybe not this play though. This play, it looks like they seem to be loading the box again for a run.
This Terrain gets the ball again and is hit hard. And some enthusiasm from number 4, Will Urquia. Sorry for the mispronunciation there, but it's a very tough last name. And a great tackle there. And it's now third down and about 9 for Gilman.
Yeah, Terrain seems to be walking onto the sideline here with his helmet off. Don't know if he got a little banged up in that last play. But Kenny Green's going to come here at running back. He's really made an impact this game. Solid kickoff return for a touchdown that really gave Gilman back the momentum after Curley had scored on the previous play. And Wheelrat earlier in the game opened up an Avery Jones-Allen touchdown, so we're going to be interesting to see what goes on here.
Savion's pressured in the backfield, tries to escape, but is brought down for the sack at the 42-yard line. And we will probably see Sean Collins make his way back onto the field for his next punt.
Yeah, this will be about a 58-yard kick, Jack. I don't think that's in Dan Huff's range. He's a great kicker.
Don't think he's there yet.
58 is a lot for anyone. 58's a lot for Justin Tucker, even though he did make the 66-yarder.
It's a bit of a push. I mean, Tucker's nailing 66-yarders, which is, in perspective looking here, they're getting on smaller uprights, more close together, and they're still drilling them. And that's a great punt there. That ball will land. Hopefully get some good spin. Maybe a bit too much English on that ball, but stops at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, tough bounce there for Collins. He placed it perfectly. Ball bounced at about the 14. If he gets some good bounce and it rolls towards the end zone, they're pinning them back within like close to the 7 probably. But it bounced towards in Curley's favor, and it gives them the ball at around the 16-yard line.
For sure, Gilman is up 11 points right now, and as the settings currently sit, they are 4th place, and just in front of Pilati and McDonough. McDonough being the key factor there. McDonough was a big favorite to be leading this MIAA team league this year, but they are very underperforming this year. And that game will be coming up about November 7th, I believe.
Yeah, Curley on the other hand comes in at 1-3 in playing in the B conference, only win over Bishop O'Connell, and they still have a chance at this game. Zamoye on the run seems to be stuffed, but yeah, with Curley, an A conference win for their coach would be nice.
Great tackle from Wes Seba, tight end and defensive end. Good tackle there, really just stopping Zamoye on the run for a long second down opportunity here.
Yeah, Moya has been really explosive. Good job by Seba and the rest of the defense bringing them down.
Yeah, upcoming games coming up here for Gilman on the 16th. Calvert Hall at Calvert Hall, and then on the 22nd, Spalding, who is the best team in the MIA. Those teams combined have a 7-1 record, and Spalding is undefeated. So 2 tough games coming up. Gilman just starting to get into their the heart of their schedule.
Previous play was a bootleg by Logan Nordek. What seemed to be a catch by Nick Doty, who's been good all this game. But too bad for him, he was dropped. Dropped the ball on the sideline, wasn't able to come down with it.
Yeah, unfortunate. Nick Doty's been everywhere this game. Some great receptions. Got to be nearing that 100-yard mark, if not already passing it.
Yep, Curley taking the snap with about 7:45 to go here in this 4th quarter. A lot of pressure.
Great passing defense, but the ball is still caught by #1 challenger Valentine.
With the flag, probably pass interference, an early hit there. Just a good throw and a good catch for Curley, even with the penalty on Gilman.
It's about 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, so 35 of Gilman as Curley begins to march down this field. Unless he may have stepped out of bounds, which is going to bring it back. But you would got to think pass interference.
As we expected, pass interference on the defense and add yards. So that's a tough play for Gilman, who's trying to put this ball game away. You know, letting Curley get a touchdown here, make it probably a 4-point game. Put a little pressure on Savion, who is, as we've said, a freshman. It's just not something you want to do. So getting another turnover here after all the ones in the first half would be really, really appreciated.
For
Really
sure.
nice.
Low snap again as Karen Madison cuts up field and breaks some tackles. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Curley. 7:30 remaining in the game, and the score is now 40-35. With the field goal coming up to make it 40-36.
Yeah, Jack, just when we thought this game could be put out of reach by another score by the Hounds and a stop on defense, This game's been close the entire duration, and it's even more interesting now after that touchdown. Only a 5-point lead for the Hounds. Probably going to only be 4 after Chris Pond comes in and possibly kicks it, but seems to be members of the offense staying on. Could go for a 2-point conversion, make it a 1-possession game, which it seems like they will do.
You know, it's all about statistics you see in the NFL here in high school as well. I mean, this you got to think, oh, convert here, and they're only down by 3. And that ball's caught. Mossed. Challenger Valentine's been everywhere this drive. Great catch. And now it's 43-7, and they are within a field goal range. And they have a great kicker that we know, Chris Pond, who can make one from looks to be about 50 yards. So
yeah, if Curley can get a stop, they're in a good position to either tie or potentially win this game. And especially if the game goes to overtime, having Chris Pond with that, with his great leg, probably a range of 50 yards or more, puts them in a good position. So this is a critical drive upcoming for the Hounds on offense. Push their lead back out in front by more than it is now, and hopefully not have to have any scare with overtime or any last-second shenanigans by Curley.
for sure, 7:25 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Gilman, a long drive and a touchdown score, could possibly end this game, or ice it rather, with only about 3-4 minutes left. Everything goes to plan. The running game has been a key factor so far, and you got to expect it to be a factor going forward in this final 7 minutes. And it just gets better and better. Every kick I've seen Chris Pond hit has just gotten farther and farther. This guy will be playing in higher football for sure. I can guarantee you that now.
Oh yeah, that kick boomed out of the back of the end zone. You don't really see that a lot in college football, high school football, mind me. Even from a great kicker like we have, Dan Huff, the distance doesn't really compare to what Chris Pond has been putting on today with his kickoffs.
May I remind you, he is a sophomore. 2 more years to develop. So, Chris Pond going places for sure.
Oh, wow, yeah. That is really something special. He's got definitely some leg talent, and it'd be interesting. Might see him playing on TV in a few years after he graduates.
As Terrain breaks up field and is able to get a few yards, should be just shy, about 2 yards shy of the first down. Great run there from Gilman, and they are going to run this clock down. Then they use probably all 35 seconds of that play clock remaining.
Yeah, if they can just milk it out, really long drive here with a lot of short running plays and first downs could end the game out on a good note for Gilman. You don't need to give the ball back. You don't want to give the ball back. You either want to get out with a score or finish the game off.
Oh, almost picked off. Would have been heartbreak for Gilman, playing a great game all game long to throw an interception this late in the game.
Yeah, that was a bullet to Colt Pierce. Looked like it was going to be completed. It might have been a little bit behind him, and then it got tipped, almost intercepted, but Gilman escapes with still having possession of the ball. But third down and like around 6 here, so it's going to be interesting to see what the Hounds dial up on this play.
For sure, you got to think run here. 3rd and about 3 as Savion keeps the ball, but it's going to be brought down. Oh no! He cuts the field, breaks a tackle, breaks another, and gets the first down. Great play from rookie quarterback Savion Witherspoon.
Yeah, that is a Lamar Jackson-esque run there. I thought he was going to get pulled down in the backfield. There is a flag on the play, though, that could bring it back for the Hounds. That would just be absolutely devastating after some magic on the field by Savion Witherspoon.
And the arms are pointing towards Gilman, as that will probably be a holding call.
Yeah, Savion really made a lot work with his legs, but with him being, I thought he was going to get tackled for at least a 3-yard loss. So part of him getting out of that could have been a hold by the offensive line. Gilman players already have their heads down. Curley players are pretty insistent that it's on the Hounds, and there the ref goes walking the ball back. Going to stay 3rd down, but a loss of 5 on the hold there.
3rd and about 9 yards. It's still very doable for Gilman, but makes their offense pretty one-dimensional, probably having to go to the pass. Big play here for Gilman. First down and a few more run plays could really put the icing on the cake here and end in a Gilman win. However, if they don't convert here, they get the ball right back to Curley, who has the hot hand, and in pretty solid field position as they are on their 20-yard yard line right now.
Yeah, Sean Collins is going to have to make a pretty big punt to not give Curley solid field position. And with 6 minutes and 35 seconds left in this game, anything can happen. But a lot of it depends on this massive 3rd and 9. Going to really see what freshman Savion Witherspoon is made of, because he's probably going to have to make a throw here. Got Colt Pierce, Avery Jones-Allen out wide.
He drops back. He has some time, and he throws far downfield. And there's some holds, and a flag comes over the field. Pass interference, what looks to be on the defense. Number 6, Amiri Gardner,
Yeah,
with
that's
the
gonna
PI
be
on
15
Cole Pierce.
15 yards probably for the Hounds. We don't do spot of the foul like we do in the NFL, I don't think. But 15 yards for the Hounds is definitely a first down and keeps the drive alive as Gilman looks to wind down the clock and finish out this game with a win.
6 minutes remaining here. Gilman up 3. And the key part of that play is automatic first down. For those of you who didn't pick up on that. Automatic first down. Gilman has 3 more downs now to convert. And they just want to run this clock out and really end this game and maybe get a touchdown here. And that would really end it. A field goal could do the job, make it hard on make it hard on that team.
That was a big throw by Witherspoon. Almost looked to be a little bit of miscommunication because Pierce was still close to the middle of the field while the ball was trending towards the sideline. But no matter what, there was a definite pass interference there as Keon Terrain rumbles forward through the tackles for about 6 yards on a solid first down play.
Carries over left tackle. Tackled by Cam Hampton. 2nd down, 4.
Good run there by Gilman. Clock continues to run. Just what Coach Bach and the Gilman staff loves to see.
Gilman's got to be in crisis prevention mode at this point. A fumble would be killer as Terrain trucks a Curley defender. That was a mean run right there, ran right over him for the first down. Terrain, we thought earlier that he could be losing energy as this game goes on with all of his runs. He's going back onto the sideline now, but that was a energetic run. Seems like he's still full of life and ready to run hard.
Yeah, seems to be getting better with the game and has just seems to be unlimited energy. I don't know where he's pulling this from. It's been a very big workhorse this game, and you gotta love to see what you're seeing right now.
Yeah, that short run for Dejan Lane around 3 yards on that last play, but Terrain's coming back in. Less than 5 minutes remaining in the game, and Gilman's just executing to perfection the chewing of the clock.
Terrain hops to the outside and has a lot of space. Terrain wants more as he walks on the bounce at the 32-yard line. 4:30 remaining on the clock. As clock does stop, however, as he walks on the bounce.
Yeah, that was a big play. With the Hounds up 3, a touchdown should put this game out of reach for Curley. Getting a 10-point comeback with probably going to be under 3 minutes remaining would be tough. Not impossible, but a touchdown here would go a long way to securing the victory for the Hounds.
Yeah, for sure. Gilman may be worried about running the clock down, but also just wants to get that score because things can change very fast. And despite there being 4 minutes left in this game, they still need that score because you never know what the kicker, Chris Pond of Curley, what he can do.
Yeah, and you talk about changing momentum. Bit of change of momentum right there. Karen Madison, who we've seen at running back the entire game, having a nice outing for Curley, just blew that play up in the backfield. Loss of about 3 yards on that Terrain run. So going to be interesting to see what Gilman does here. Savion could realistically do the keeper. They have Dejan Lane lined up in the backfield.
2nd and 13 as they hand the ball off, and he cuts upfield to about the 26-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 3 As
Drain
clock continues
carries
to
over
run,
middle.
3:39 remaining in this game.
8-yard gain.
Great run
Third
there
down,
by
4.
Dejan Lane.
Yeah, he's been great at receiver with the big early touchdown there. Lane has, and a few productive runs here at tailback. Really doing it all. He plays defense, also defensive back. So really jack of all trades here for Gilman with Dejan Lane.
As Terrain tries to run for the first down, but is just short, and
Drain carries over the
a
left side.
new
Tackled by Steve
conflict
Carter for the
occurs
gain.
here. Gilman is
Fourth
just
down
on the
and 4.
edge of Dan Huff's field goal range. Do you think they stay on offense here, James, or do you think they go to their trusty kicker who try to ice it and make them score a touchdown to win the game?
Timeout.
Well,
5.
there's a timeout by Curley, so going to be a lot of time for Bach to think about it. But honestly, it depends on what Dan Huff's been doing in practice recently. If they think and they have confidence that he can extend this to a 6-point lead and put the ball in Curley's court, then they should do that. I can't see them going for it on 4th down with 2 minutes and 53 seconds left in the game, only up 3. So other than a Dan Huff kick, the seemingly right play here would be a punt by Sean Collins. Hopefully try to aim it out of bounds and pin them really deep. Make Curley have a massive drive through to win this game or tie this game.
For sure, it looks like Gilman's offense will be making a return onto the field. First down markers at the 22-yard line. Right now they are sitting at the 26. 4 yards needed, which could effectively ice the game.
Yeah, this is a massive play. Cole Pierce out wide, pretty soft coverage.
They went all out blitz, and Savion can walk to the first down, and he cuts a field and is able to get the first down. Great play from Gilman and great design.
Yeah, Savion's really a mobile quarterback. We've been talking about this and seeing that the entire game. And they kind of forgot about him there. They went all out blitz, like you said, Jack, against the run. And then the other defenders on the field were left covering Lane and Pierce, which left no cover spy on Savion. He was able to dance and cut his way up for a first down, which gives Gilman the ball at the 14-yard line.
You know, an underrated part of that game, that gain right there, is Savion went down on the 14-yard line. Now they can still get a first down, but also run this clock out. Curley has 2 timeouts remaining as they call one here with 2:07 remaining. But the best part is that they get that first down, kneeing it, and the game is over.
Yeah, Jack, this is the perfect scenario. This is a really low-stress situation for Gilman because you're either getting a touchdown here and putting the game out of reach for Curley with limited time on the clock, or you're just running it, getting a first down, and kneeing it out in short yardage. So not too much stress here for Coach Bach. Pretty simple situation here. The Hounds should be looking to come out with a win, unless some drastic change happens, possibly a fumble.
Fumbles been a problem for both teams all game long, so you never know what can come. Gotta wonder what Savion's father, the DC at Curley, is thinking right now. Maybe some trash talk at the family dinner table later tonight.
Yeah, Savion, his dad probably thought he was going to torture him this game, you know? Freshman quarterback coming in. But Savion's really been putting a nice game together outside of one fumble in the first half. And has a chance to ice it right here against his dad's team. Gilman's looking like they're going to run it again with Terrain.
And they do. And Terrain spin moves, cuts back, and is able to get just about to the first down. Should be about a yard short, third down, and the final timeout for Curley is called with 1:58 remaining. Score right now 40-37 as we'll take a quick break before finishing this action here on Brown Field.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Greyhound TV. We are here with under 2 minutes remaining in the Gilman-Curley football game. Gilman has a 3-point lead right now and has 3rd down and 1 on the 6-yard line, right near the end zone. So, run here for Terrain, and he gets the 1st down.
Does he? He's very close.
Ooh.
Just past the 5-yard line. Will it be enough?
The ref is signaling 4th down. I thought he had the yardage clearly, but maybe not. That could bring up a decision here for Coach Bach because if you get the 1st down, the game plan has got to be just knee it out. But if there's a 4th, there has to be a decision between kicking the field goal and giving Curley probably a minute 15 to score a touchdown and possibly win this game, or going for the 1st down. So a lot on Coach Bach's plate here if there is not a switch and call. So, Jack, what do you think they should do here? Do you think they go field goal, or do you think they go and try to get the 1st down?
I mean, if I'm Coach Bach, I really like the aggressive play here. I mean, there's already 1 on 9 left. They have no timeouts. You get this right now, the game's over. You don't, you give them the ball on the 5-yard line, which is very tucked position back there. So they're going to have a minute 9 seconds or so to get down the field, get into field goal range, which is probably about the 35-yard line. So that's about 60 yards there without any timeouts and with a lot of pressure on a non-senior quarterback. So you got to expect from a sophomore quarterback. So you got to expect some nerves flowing through him, and that will be a very tough thing to accomplish. And like I said, if you convert, the game's over.
Yeah, Jack, I agree. A lot of turnovers in this game for Curley early on, and most of them coming in this field position within their own 20. So the Gilman offense seems to be trotting back onto the field. Savion Witherspoon under center, hoping to get this game over with. This is probably the biggest play of the game because a stuffer Curley gives them a chance to get back and send this game to OT.
Straight manpower here. Offensive line versus defensive line. Wildcat formation, and he waltzes what might be into the end zone. Touchdown, Gilman. Gilman scores by the Terrain touchdown, 46-37, and that should be just about it here on Brown Field.
Terrain ices it with a massive touchdown run in his homecoming game as a senior. Got to be an electric and just euphoric feeling for him right now, putting the game away. Dan Huff out for the kick to give Gilman a potentially 47-37 lead with only 1:04 in what has been one of the best games out of Gilman football I have ever seen.
Dan Huff, great kick again, and that ball's passed onto the 18.
Up and good.
Just past the 18 on the soccer field. Great kick there. 1:04 remaining, 10-point lead.
Curley,
Some miracles would need to happen for any chance for Curley to win this game.
Yeah, you got to think onside kick if they get a score, but Gilman's got to really watch out for the kickoff return here. Curley had a 90-yard kickoff return touchdown in the 1st half. Letting up one of those right now would be a heartbreaker because that puts Curley right back into the game, especially if their amazing kicker Chris Pond can pull off an onside kick. So the coverage here has got to be really conservative. Just make the tackle. You don't need the strip, and just try to put this game away on defense.
Wouldn't put it past Chris Pond to have a great onside kick here or a great field goal kick. I mean, he has all the talent in the world to do so. So this game is all but over, but very hard for them to come back here. As Dan Huff will probably try to send a squib kick here, something low, make it impossible for them to make a big return, or send it in the back of the end zone. And there's that squib I just mentioned, and that goes out of bounds, which will give them good positioning.
Yeah, it's a dangerous kick. The squib, is a solid kick for when you want to run out more clock, you know, especially if you can get it in the hands of someone who's not as experienced a kickoff returner. But the danger is that the ball positioning depends a lot on the bounce, and we just got a bad bounce there. So Curley's going to get the ball at the 35-yard line with 1:04 left in the game, hoping to do something amazing here.
They need to go deep. Gilman should probably come out here and prevent defense or something with more than one safety back. But however, we see some man coverage, some tight coverage, trying to get a blitz on the quarterback and make him make a bad throw.
Wow.
Pressure from Dejan Lane makes a bad throw here
Nordick's
from
pass
Logan Nordick.
intended for Lewis,
Yeah,
incomplete.
I think that sophomore wide receiver Jeremiah Lewis could have come down with that. It seemingly went through his hands a little bit high, like some throws have been out of Nordick this game. But that's still a catch as a high school receiver who in a position to possibly make a comeback that you have to come down with. So Nordick is going to be throwing it again here. 2 safeties back this time. Probably going to be more pressure on the sophomore.
Logan Nordick. They hand the ball off surprisingly as he's tackled short of the first down line. That is number 10, Jeremiah Lewis,
runs over
who
the left
is
side.
listed here as a
Eight-yard gain,
defensive
third
back,
down
but
and
he's
2.
getting a lot of snaps on offense. The clock continues to run just under 45 seconds, and Logan Nordick will have to make a miracle play to have any chance. Low snap again. Flag comes out as Logan Nordick keeps the ball, cuts a field, and it's tackled by his legs as he almost flips.
Kenny Green
Flag
with
on the
a great
play.
Kenny Green with a great hit, possibly a holding play. 30.7 seconds left in the game. I don't want to count our chickens here, Jack, but I think Gilman's looking in a really good position to come out with the win here.
I gotta agree with you. I mean, 30.7 seconds, something supernatural's got to happen in order for them to win this game here. Great game though from Curley. B conference team playing against an A conference team. They've been putting a lot of effort in. I mean, 37 points. Normally it should get the job done, but I mean, I guess down by 10. Gilman's had a great offensive performance, despite being led by Savion Witherspoon with the loss of Matt Parker.
Yeah. No matter what for Curley here, they've played a really good game against an A conference team that's in 4th right now in Gilman. After the horrible start they had to the game when they were down 19-0 with 4 early turnovers, they've really battled back, stayed in the game throughout the duration of the game, put a lot of pressure on Gilman, and just fought hard. So since they probably are going to come out with the loss here, this should still be something to build on for them as they look forward to the rest of their season.
I mean, I don't really know much about the B conference standings right now, but they've got to be favorites. They're putting in some great work here today. And that's a great throw. Completion to Jeremiah Lewis as they march on the field. 20.5 seconds remaining as the clock is stopped.
Good for a first down.
Surprisingly, even though he was tackled inbounds.
Possibly stopped with college rules as the chains move, but Nordick probably going to try to run another play here. Clock is now ticking down and they spike the ball.
About 16 seconds remaining and the clock is still running, but that'll be stopped at with about 16 seconds remaining, giving them a shot at the end zone, and if that succeeds, an onside kick.
Yeah, Curley sideline is pretty upset right now with whoever's managing the clock here for Gilman. They let around 8 seconds run off the clock. So, yeah, clock still hasn't been changed back. It was at around 16 seconds when the tackle, when the ball was spiked. So they've put the clock back to 13, but many of the Curley faithful might not consider that adequate because it gives you a lot less time, probably 1 play's worth of less time to possibly get a win here.
As they hand the ball off, a surprising play as he cuts up field and gets to the 15-yard line. 20-yard line rather. Great run there as the clock continues to run, and it stops with about 4 seconds remaining, making it virtually impossible for Curley to have any sort of chance at winning this game.
Yeah. I don't think they're. Who are they bringing out? Nordick seems to be out in the field. 3 seconds left. Again, Curley has got to be a little mad at what the clock management has been. The clock is now at 0.7 seconds. They previously had 3.4, so I don't know what's going on with the clock and whoever's running that here at Gilman. Now 7.0 seconds. The correction's been made. So Chris Pond is going to come out here. hopefully get to see a big kick from him. Been waiting on a field goal from him all day. Got a good leg, and right now looking at a 40-yard kick. So gonna be interested to see what he can do as a sophomore.
He for sure has that leg talent. I mean, I've been wanting to see this all day. Don't see many 40-yard plus field goals in high school football, and I mean, he has all the power to do it, if not more.
Yeah, I'm expecting not just him to make it, but from what I've heard, he should blast it through the uprights, back onto the track.
That ball's up, underway, and it's good from 40. With about 2 seconds remaining, score 47-40 with the slimmest of chances for Curley to make some play and send this game to overtime.
Yeah, Jack. I think the only hope they have here is Pond lets out a great onside kick that not only does Curley recover, that they actually could possibly return it for a touchdown. I don't think there's any chance of that happening. I think Gilman's going to escape with a 7-point win in a super high-scoring game, 47-40. I don't think there's any betting on high school football, Jack, but if there was, anyone who bet the over would be really happy with this.
And over to the under would be very upset. I mean, no one really expects an 87-point affair with a B and A conference team, a middle-of-the-pack A conference team, and a highly ranked B conference team. But still, I mean, not the two best teams in the state of Maryland, but high affair here today. It's a good onside kick, but it is caught by Avery Jones-Allen, and that should do it. Great Gilman win.
Yep, all that's left to do is for Savion to probably knee the ball out, close out this game. He's been a star as we prepare to wrap up here. Jack, what do you think the takeaways are from this game moving forward for Gilman?
I mean, great defensive performance despite allowing 40 points. The turnovers in the first half really boosted this team and really gave them the 47 points that they needed to win this game today. And on top of that offense, Savion Witherspoon did a great job. Despite no Matt Parker, I mean, I'm very impressed with what he did with his legs and his arm, and just an overall great performance alongside Terrain. As Gilman will go into the victory formation, Savion will kneel, and this game should be completely over in about 5 seconds. As he kneels, the crowd claps. Great Gilman win. Great game win for Gilman today, as I just mentioned. They did a great job on offense, great job on defense, great all-around performance by having no Matt Parker. Great performance from Savion Witherspoon, Kenny Green, Keon Terrain, Dejan Lane, everyone. Great win for Gilman. As we will see you next time, I'm Jack Bissonette alongside James Mackerel. Good night.
Yes, thank you for watching Greyhound TV.
Toe meets leather at noon. Good night.